going to two issues learned this last portion, two issues that seem important to all of us, not just in the Philippines. One is the issue of transparency or access to information, and the other, the issue of extrajudicial killings of the media. We have transparency clauses in Constitution and in anti-graft laws, but on the ground, the problem is there's no uniform guidelines for access to information despite transparency clauses. A culture of secrecy afflicts most civil servants who often tend to withhold information out of fear, indifference, or ignorance of the law, and access to data remains limited, in some cases nil, amid political debate and intramurals, meaning if there's an investigation in the Senate, then they withhold any release of important documents. On ground, however, these have been the coping mechanisms of journalists in the Philippines. We exhaust all administrative remedies, we appeal to the next higher office, we cultivate sources to increase chances of access. We are thinking of filing suit before the Supreme Court to test the limits of access to information requirements. Access to information, we have a pending Freedom of Information Act that is now in the Senate. For 9 years, we have lobbied for this. We still have not obtained the law, but it seeks to enforce and effectively set standards on exemptions, limited exemptions. However, what we are confronting is not just lack of access, but also a trail of blood. This is from data culled with the help of the National Union of Journalists of the Philippines, when was Secretary General before. Okay. Okay, the killings. The record. I think this is a story that's breaking still. Makatagal Arroyo, 8 years, will be 90 by next year. More than double the number of people, of journalists killed under Arroyo, 4 times under Ramos, and many more times under Estrada. These are the pictures that the NUJP had taken of the journalists who had been killed and murdered these are their children. The NUJP is helping sustain a scholarship fund for their children. Starting by 2006, you will see radio, mostly from the provincial press, from the community press in the Philippines, the biggest block of the biggest set of victims. Radio or radio TV, or those doing work as correspondents for radio. We belong to a group called Freedom Fund for Filipino Journalists, together with the Center for Media Freedom and Responsibility, which is the Secretariat. And this is the context that we see that gives rise to the killings. The motives and the perpetrators are the following: either cops, policemen, soldiers, paramilitary forces, goons of local officials, rebels and vigilante groups, combatants in areas of conflict, and in some way, about 1/4 of the cases of the total killed, private and personal feuds. What's happening, we think, is a culture of impunity because of the weak rule of law. A justice system doesn't work. Police investigation is very slow and very poor. Few and frightened witnesses, inadequate funds to file suit and prosecute. The witness protection program of the government constantly requests that the FFFJ, a private group, sustain medical assistance requests from the victims and their survivors, or pay for medicine, sustaining medicines of some of the victims, or many other things like funding the tuition of children of the victims. And there's not enough public outrage. This is an issue we want to crack, while people in the media themselves do not care enough about the killings. There are indicators the killings may take place under a variety of circumstances, but may occur while the victim is in the custody of the police or in the course of military operations. May be committed by uniformed members of security forces or unofficial death squads. There has been a lot of reports from our colleagues. The NUJP in particular has been documenting this, covering extrajudicial killings could be dangerous as well to the journalists themselves who are still alive, and could be traumatic at the very least. Okay. This is the media in Asia. I'm closing already. We think how the Philippines compares is we are a mix of media systems, free, not free, sometimes totally fettered. We have all sorts of practices, professional, not so professional. Our media law regimes are really challenged and untested. And the corporate interests of media compete with the public interest and the public service function that we are supposed to perform. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.